Okay guys, welcome. As you just saw from the quick intro of the video, on this one we're going to be talking about the FSC pistol from First Strike. Now this has been out for a little while now, so I'm just going to quickly give you my thoughts on it, and just go over some belt options, just in case anybody's looking for any ideas. So yeah, this this came out a couple years ago now. I love it. I think this is the, if you're going to have a secondary on you out there on the field, this is probably the best one out there. There aren't many options. I don't think they're making the 9.1 anymore. I'm not sure about the 8.1. So you pretty much got this one, and you got the pistol from Tipman, the Tip-X. So this is basically the smaller version of the 9.1 and the 8.1. Just a different, obviously shorter, just a different upper. Now I have a compensator on here. I'll get into that in a little bit. But they cut down on the weight of this thing significantly, so it's pretty light. And it's easy to carry around, and it's very accurate. Shoots a nice straight ball. Either I have a rifle barrel on here, which I'll show you. But even with the factory barrel, it shoots very well. I have had zero issues with this since I had it, since I've gotten it and used it. All right. So what was I going to say? Yeah. So a couple of options here in regards to carrying this thing. I mean, there's a couple of different ways. One, obviously, is your belt. Two would be on your vest. If you're carrying a Molly vest or something like that, you can get the attachment. This, I think, comes with the holster for it. Now they teamed up with Cytec. If you're not familiar with Cytec, they make these plastic molds for actual real guns. So they produced these for First Strike, and they modeled it after theirs, the style that they use, which is these teeth right here. All right, so basically it'll screw in. So you can see it there. Okay, and it locks in with these teeth. And now what this does is it just allows you to angle it, okay, in different various positions. All right, so these come with this one. This is for a Molly vest. This is for your waist, for your belt. I don't really like any of these. This is the mag holder for it. I'm sure you guys have seen it. This is also for the belt. I don't really like these either. These are just a pain to like pop in. Okay, you got to wear this down a little bit, because these can be a pain to open up, even sometimes getting your fingers in there. All right. So yeah. So this is what you would get from First Strike if you wanted a holster for it. I made some modifications to mine, to the ones that I use. This I painted myself. But what I did was I got a leg drop from Safariland, and I got one of their locking systems. And I'll show you what I did, because this is the leg drop from First Strike, or from the Cytec. So you could put the two magazine holders in the front. I mean, one in front and one behind, and the holster will come here. I didn't like this. I mean, it's okay. So, it's not bad. It's a leg drop. So it is what it is with this thing. But I wound up switching out. I got this one from Safariland. It's just one leg loop, and I didn't like so much these clips, like I just mentioned. So what I did was I went out and from Evike, I ordered a third-party one of these leg drops. From one of the third parties. They come in various colors. So as you can see from what I did here, I basically cut this part out so that I can then attach it. Okay, because that's the only attachment point. Which comes with this teeth system here. And what I did was I ordered also from Safariland. I got their locking system, so that I can now make this interchangeable for me. So slip in, locks in. There's my leg drop. Okay. Also, if I'm going to switch it out to go with just the belt, which I'll talk about. Okay. This is my battle belt. I will just slip that in there. There it is. Okay, so this is a nice thing to just be able to switch in and out, especially if you're gonna have different options. Okay, if you're just gonna go with a belt out on the field, you got different options with that. Okay, for that you would just use say something like this. So this one I don't like too much. This is, you know, you got to tuck this in to your belt, lift it. I don't like that. So this is actually from one of the mag holders. I put it on here. So this is just a lot easier if you're just going to use it with a belt. As I just mentioned, there's a paint to pop open. Okay, so you would just loop that in there and lock that in, and you have it with a belt. Okay, so now if you're just going to go with your belt, your pants, with this thing, you got a couple of different ones. You got something like this. I used it for a little bit, didn't like it, switched out. Why? Because this wound up opening up on me once, so I didn't really like that system. So I wound up switching to this core belt. If you haven't seen these are pretty nice. Core, K-O-R-E. Very nice, strong, rigid belt. Okay, these come to like one size, and then you basically cut them to the size that you need, and then you add the belt buckle, which clamps here, and you got two locking screws there. This is great because it has, I guess, like this ratchet system here. So you just pop that in, okay, and it just locks in. It doesn't go anywhere. To release it, you got this little latch right here, and then you pull it out. So you basically got to hold this down to pull it out. So even if you're in a prone position and you put some pressure and it releases and it opens a little bit, once you alleviate that pressure, you stand up or adjust yourself, it's going to lock back in. Okay, so it's not going to go anywhere. So these belt is actually pretty great. Can't complain about this. I'm not. This is the one I'm going to be using in games from now on, as opposed to a belt like this, which did open up on me. So I don't wouldn't recommend this in paintball because you're running around way too much. You're diving on the ground. You're in a prone position, whatever. So I definitely recommend you would get a core belt and go on there. So when I play with this, I mean, this is pretty sturdy, strong. Okay, this holds up, doesn't wear on you, doesn't start dragging down, and it's been pretty great with this thing. So another belt option is a battle belt. This is a low profile belt. This is actually from High Speed Gear. As you can see, I have some of my I have a dump pouch. I have some Taco mag pouches here, which I was used for my T15 mags. And for additional mags, my additional mags for the FSC, I don't know if they have these anymore. These I got from Rockstar Tactical. Okay, those fast mags, and these were actually made for the FSC or the 9.1 pistol, or the 8.1. It's actually what it was made for originally. So I have to double check. I'll post a link if I can find them. But these are I got these from Rockstar Tactical. I got two of them. So I basically, depending on what belt I'm wearing, I'll, move these around. For that, I only have two of them. I should, if I can find more, I will order more. But I only have two of these. And I'll maneuver it around on the belt that I have. So, I mean, getting back to this system, I would definitely recommend do something like this if you're going to have a variety of ways of wearing it, because it actually turned out a couple of things by accident you learn. So for example, when you put it on, see if I can get it on here, you put it on clipped, okay, because you get this little extension here now, it's a lot easier to draw the gun because you can place your thumb pressure there and just pop it up, okay, as if it wasn't there, and you just, you go to lift it up, you make tension, and you're going to pull it towards you a little bit before you get it out. So that, that helps me a lot right there. So I can just put my thumb there and, draw the gun straight out. And it's been helpful. And again, it's just easy. You can just pop this up switch belts out if I need to. You know, they different. I think they have another clip. I'm not sure that can go onto Molly. I'm not sure. This is from Safariland. I would have to double check that. If it is, I'll post. You know, I'll put it in the description below. But yeah, this has been pretty helpful. So I just, you can see there, I just attached it normally. And what I did was, I think I had to drill. Yeah, I had to drill a hole through the bottom here, just to get this one here, the bottom screw in. I don't know if you can see from there. I had to actually put a couple of washers in there, just to keep it level. So, you know, it's been great. I mean, it sticks out a little bit further, as if it would just be this, you know, but it's been helpful. I want to be honest with you. It's a lot more convenient. I could just pop this out, depending on the setup that I'm going with. And it's just a lot more convenient to do it that way. Now, to this compensator. Before I get to that, one of the issues that I was having initially when I was going with, before I added the compensator, when you put the pistol in, you start running around, it would release the magazine. You'd be running, all of a sudden I'd hear the air pop out and this would hit the ground. Why that was happening was, you know, if you could see it there, without that compensator, the pistol actually sits a little lower, and that the release would rub here and would release the mag. That was constantly, I don't know how many times I almost lost a mag because of it. And I was actually going to shave this down just to see if I could get a little more room in there. Unfortunately, I didn't get around to it when I wound up adding the compensator. This compensator is from a fella called Snot Fatal. You can find them on Facebook or Instagram. I'll post that spelling down in the description below as well. And when I added this compensator, I realized that when I was playing with it, that the magazine wasn't ejecting anymore. The reason for that is because the compensator will stop it from sitting all the way down low. So as you can see it from there, I have gap between the mag release. I don't know if you can see that. There's a better gap now between here because it's not sitting down in this little pocket right here. It's sitting a little higher. Okay, and even with the compensator, you have the adjustable screw here, so you're going to adjust it, and it's still, once it's in there, it won't come out, even running around. Okay, and it'll stay pretty still. Okay, and I don't have that issue. I don't have to worry about this anymore. So this compensator actually helps out a lot. All right, now if you're going to go out with something like this, you reach out to him. He's going to ask you. There's different versions of these that he has depending on the barrel. I wound up going with the Lapco barrel. It's rifle, because I pretty much predominantly shoot first strike with this. I haven't used round ball in this at all. I mean, I have, but not in a game. In a game, I usually just carry first strikes in this if the game allows. So I have that. So he, you know, if you order that from him, he's going to ask you, that'd probably be one of the questions that he's going to ask you, is which barrel, and then he has different compensators to accommodate the type of barrel that you're going to be using on here. Also, he'll also customize the upper receiver for you. So if you go on his page, you'll see he'll have pictures. So you basically would just send them this, or order an extra one. You can order additional ones from Rockstar Tactical. Ship it out to him, and he will, you know, you pick out a design with him, go over that with him. I'm not sure what the turnaround time will be on that, but he does a pretty good job with these. This got scratched up a little bit, but he does a pretty good job with these. He'll also get you the rail that goes on the bottom. I haven't had any use to put the rail on there or any attachments on it, so I keep the rail off. Speaking of attachments, so First Strike does sell attachments similar to the 9.1, where you can put a stock on it. You can extend this and make this a bigger gun. I wouldn't do that. I think it's perfect just the way it is, because now you're just adding more weight. On top of that, these only hold 6 rounds, and it's an 8 gram. So as many of you already know, so that 8 gram you could probably get 1.5 out of it, maybe 2. Full mag, you know, full rounds, 6 or 12 maybe at most, before it starts to really die out on you. Now you can, they also made this to go with those 9.1 accessories, so you can go with the 8.1 or the 9.1 mag, which holds 8 and a 12 gram, so you're going to get more shots out of it, okay, and that'll go in, but you're throwing the balance off from the gun now, because these clips are metal. These mags are metal, so you're throwing the whole gun off, okay? So I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, if you want to, you know, knock yourself out, they were selling these extensions, I guess, the rings that they would slip on, so you don't see this gap. This is basically, you'll see, you know, it has the ring to cover it. I don't know if they still sell those or not. Because if I'm not mistaken, they don't even make the 9.1s anymore. Not sure about the 8.1s. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend going with this. I mean, you know, do what you want, but I just think it just throws off, you know, the weight of the gun. It's just a lot, you know. There's the only metal part in here other than some of the internals. Everything else is plastic, including the mag. So extremely lightweight, okay? You don't even feel it on you. With the leg drop, after a while, yeah, you know, as the game goes on, this will extend out a little bit. You're running around, you're tired. With this setup that I have, it does, you know, does stick out a little further from the body. So, you know, as the game goes on, yeah, you know, I've gotten to a point where I've just taken this off. So I've actually been going more and more with just putting it right on my hip. Battle belt I don't use too much unless I'm out there carrying my full load of mags with T15s, because I'll need this. It's pretty much what I use this for, to go with the extra mags here. One thing, if you're going to go with a battle belt, so this is the lower profile one. They have other ones that are a little wider in the back, almost like those workout belts that you would use to help your back out. They're wider on the back side. But this is the lower profile one, so it's a lot thinner. Also, if you're gonna go with one of these, get one that has that rubbery inside, because this will help it from slipping. This thing has a same thing, you know, as the game goes on. These tend to expand a little bit. You're running around and they will start to sag down on you. Some of these battle belts will have loops so that you can attach it to a vest if you want to do that, you know, like a suspender to the vest. That's very helpful. But if you're going to go with something like this, make sure it has that rubbery pad on the inside, because it'll help keep your pants up, okay? And this, if you don't know, is separate. Battle belt is just this portion here. This is a separate belt that you would have to buy and loop through, okay? And it does have 2 slots, you know, for a holster or for a leg drop. This is one that I've used a leg drop on my left side, which I really don't use, but it's just there just in case. And then also, this is from Safariland as well, if you see that. Okay, I wound up cutting it just to fit it better, but this holster here is also this belt loop is also from Safariland, along with the locking system. So the locking system comes with 2 pieces or 3, depending on the kit that you order. Okay, you'll get the base here that'll go to the attachment point, and then you get the forks to clip into it. So what else can I say? That's it. I mean, you know, this is, you know, just an option for you guys if you're looking to carry this. Again, you can also carry this on your vest if you like. I wouldn't really do that, only because you would have to carry it high up on your chest, okay? And it's just a hard point if you get shot in the upper chest. If you've seen any of the video we did on the vest, I keep a padding in my vest, so I pretty much get, anytime I get hit up that high, it'll bounce. I don't think I've had a break once. But if you put a hard point like this, you get hit there in the chest, you know, it's going to break, obviously. So I wouldn't recommend that. Also, if you want to get a little fancier, I guess, they have the shoulder harness from SciTech that you can order. And this will attach to the shoulder harness, okay, you know, under your armpit, you know, Dirty Harry style or Sonny Crockett style, and do that. And then at the there's two. There's actually just one side if you just want to have the holster on one side, and there's one that has the double side where you can put mags on the, you know, say on your right side, depending on the left, and you put the gun on the left side. So there is a shoulder harness through SciTech that you can use, you can order and use this under. So what else? Anything else? No, I guess that's it. I mean, you know, that's my thoughts on this gun. I love it, really love it. I'm not sure, you know, getting smaller would be the only way to improve this. I'm not sure how you would do that with a paintball gun, but this has been great. I can't complain about this. I haven't had to service this not once, not one time, no issue whatsoever. The only issue that I had, like I said, was the magazine releasing from dropping too low in this, okay? And if you're gonna go with these, make sure that you adjust it. I learned that lesson the hard way when I just got it and I went out there and I hadn't adjusted the screw down here, and I'm running around from one point to the other, out came the pistol, and I lost it, okay? So yeah, so if you've been experiencing that problem, that's what it is. I would definitely recommend getting something like this or making an adjustment so that the gun doesn't sit as low, so you're not ejecting that that port. What else? That's it, guys. I mean, you know, it's pretty straightforward with this. You know, it's a pistol, so it's not a whole ton of options out there. But you know, here's some of the belt options that you know that I use. And hopefully it gives you guys some idea if you're looking for attachment points. So, all right, so there's the FSC pistol. Highly recommend this if you're going to have a secondary out there on the field, especially if you're a mag fed guy. And there are games where I know I'm not going to use this much, but I'll have it because there's been plenty of times where I'm out of air or I'm out of paint, and there's that one guy that I know I can get. So instead of just trying to run up and surrender him and getting shot in the process, you can pull your pistol and you'll have a few more rounds to get you through, as opposed to just giving yourself up right away. So that's it, guys. Any questions, comments, please leave it below. The FSC pistol from First Strike, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend doing something like this if you're going to be switching attachment points. If not, you know, just go with what you got, and, you know, see you out there. Thanks for watching.